I was
But
going to say, I think the coolest ghost town we've been to has been the one in Pitcher, Max.
yeah.
And where?
Pitcher, Oklahoma. It's the
Yeah.
Superfund site.
Oh yeah, there's some super fun sites all over. Oklahoma's a dirty state. Yeah.
That was probably the coolest one that we've ever been to. Max and I have actually traveled around to go to lots of different ghost towns,
Mhm.
and that's one of the things we really like to do.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Can you explain what a super fun site is? Because I'm sure a lot of people have no idea what that term means at all.
well,
I know I didn't.
the town of Pitcher, Oklahoma, is now ran and completely owned by the United States government. In fact, every just few feet that you go, it says property of the United States government. And
Wow.
it is, they actually shut it down, unincorporated it as a town because of they had the issues there in Pitcher with they had done so much of the mining there that
Mhm.
the town actually became a danger.
Yeah. What kind of mining were they doing? I'm just curious. I was
Matt,
thinking oil, but
no,
you know.
yeah, hold on just a second.
Well, you were asking what a Superfund site is. It's any land in the United States that has been contaminated by hazardous waste and identified by the EPA as a candidate for clear up because
Right.
it poses a risk to human health and or the environment.
Right. Right.
Well, Pitcher is a ghost town, and it is they identified it as a former city in Ottawa County, Oklahoma, because that it was a major national center of lead and zinc mining in the tri-state mining district. And in fact, we went over, Max, we went to, um, where was it, Cardin and Treese, right?
I
It
think
was,
so.
it's, yeah. And, I mean, those, those three places just got destroyed
Mhm.
because of that. So it just, the mining and everything.
Right. Zinc and what was it? Uh,
Lead.
lead.
Hmm.
Yeah. And lead can be poisonous. And my brother-in-law's a stained glass artist, and they use smelted lead to you know fuse everything together. He has to really watch his lead exposure, so it can be deadly.
I mean, and the one that we initially started out talking about, it's not here in Oklahoma, but there's lots of ghost towns in Oklahoma, maybe not up for sale like that one is. But I mean,
Right.
if you go, um, you can even Google ghost towns in Oklahoma. And Max and I went all over, like I said, and just found different ones. And that's just an interesting thing to do if you like that sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing that got me about Pitcher, and I'm not sure about this town that we started out talking about, but when Max and I were in Pitcher, because there's no hum of electricity, every single thing is just dead quiet. That was
Mhm.
what I think got me more than anything else.
It's so quiet.
Hmm.
Hmm. When was the last time people actually lived around there? You think?
Well,
Just
they
curious.
they're most of the residents I think are completely actually gone because they told them they needed to move out of there, and some of them didn't want to go.
Mhm.
And most of the houses are gone. There's no stores
Mhm.
there. The school, which was a very nice school, is gone. I'm looking it up right now, and it says Pitcher's residents are now mostly wildlife, but it's a dangerous place even for animals. Earlier in
Mm.
2015, which is obviously when this article was written, more than a
Right.
thousand migratory birds were found dead across Pitcher of suspected zinc poisoning.
Hmm.
Well,
So,
That sucks.
when we went there, there was actually still one house that people lived in, but that was it.
One house.
All the other ones
Did
had
they
all
have
the
any?
doors off, all the
Did they
windows
have
were
health
out.
issues and stuff?
Oh, I don't know. Probably
Yes.
not.
Yeah,
They
I
were.
thought that's what some of the stuff we read, Max.
That the people that lived there then, no, we didn't know anything about them.
Oh, not the ones that still live there, but the ones that had lived there previously. That was one of the reasons they wanted them to move.
Yeah, what I was saying
Okay.
was they were the only house. There's only one house of people still living in it, and
Right.
the other houses that were around there, all the windows were gone, cabinets were gone, doors inside the house were gone, like closets, bedroom doors, bathroom doors. All the drawers out of the kitchens were gone.
They're marked
The
with
Mhm.
back
X's
door,
on.
it was just empty.
See,
Right.
this says I'm reading this right now, and of course this is a couple of years old, but it says there are now just 5 occupied homes. Well, there's not that many anymore. That was home to 14,000. And mining's on the land are obvious, but the real problem is the lead and other heavy metals in the water and in the soil beneath their feet. And
Mm.
the people just, I mean, they loved it. It was their home. They grew up there.
Right. Right.
You know, this was their way of life, and
Mhm.
now they just can't be there anymore.
Mhm. Yeah, sounds very Aaron Brockovich, actually.
Yeah, it says they had seen one house cave in, and said
Mm.
it
That's
just,
not good.
yeah. So that was the thing. The land was mined, but not only that, it was, it was poison basically. And I mean, you can still drive through there, but
Right.
it tells you, do not get out, do not touch this. This is, you know,
That's insane that it's that highly toxic, and
mhm.
those two chemicals that doesn't even want you to get out of your car.
Well,
Kind of
and we
creepy.
did. We got out of the car and we walked around a little bit, but as far as,
Right.
I definitely wouldn't
Yeah.
drink water.
Right.
So,
Exactly. Right.
mm.
Wow. Huh. I
And
don't know.
the tri-state is Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. And like I
Yeah.
said, that it was the Superfund was a tri-state area, and like I said, it was Treese, Cardin, and Pitcher. So,
So that's going to be like northeast Oklahoma. I'm trying to think. Okay. Okay. Oklahoma,
yeah,
Arkansas is going to be, yeah, it's going to be east. So it's going to be like the far northeast corner. If that's, is that right?
it's yeah, I mean, it's going to be north. I don't remember. I mean, it's been what, a year since we drove there.
Yeah. I'm just thinking Arkansas is east of Oklahoma and Missouri's directly north of Arkansas. So pretty much. But if I have my geography right. Okay, Max, moving on.
Yeah. Let me see. Dead air.
Dinner,
Well,
dinner.
A haunting at Caledonia Mills, the chilling case of the Mary Ellen Spook Farm. In January of 1922, farmer Alexander McDonald, his wife Janet, and their adopted daughter Mary Ellen fled their home in Caledonia Mills, Nova Scotia, after a rash of poltergeist activity, including more than 30 unexplained fires. Though several researchers, journalists, detectives, and paranormal investigators would eventually examine the farm and house, the so-called fire spook was never fully explained. The poltergeist activity that had plagued the household for almost an entire year, including moving the cattle around when no one was in the barn, mixing ashes into the stored milk, and even braiding the tails of horses, most notable, however, were the fires which earned the haunting its name. The fires would spring up spontaneously all over the house and grounds, often far from the hearth or any other source of a spark. Everything from wallpaper
Hmm.
to wet towels were said to burst into flame. It got so bad the family organized a kind of neighborhood watch to guard against arsonists, though none were ever found. Eventually, the family fled from the property for good. Once the family moved out of the house, journalists and would-be paranormal investigators moved in. Even Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was invited to explore the phenomena. Some of the most notable accounts include those of Harold Whidden, a reporter from the Halifax Herald, and police detective Peachy Carroll, who spent 2 nights in the house. During this time, they both experienced several odd events, including the feeling of being slapped on the arm and face by phantom hands. Whidden was so troubled by his experiences that he never published them in his lifetime, though they have since been released by his family. There's more to that, but, you know.
It's pretty interesting that there's a fire spook. They even go on to say about how the radio waves, because there was 2 towers not close by, but close enough that they were even thinking that could possibly be it. But they said nowadays they said no, that wasn't what it was. But back then they didn't know. It was something new, so they thought that
right.
was
Right.
But they tore it down, and they said if you go and get a piece of the house and take it home, it'll burn wherever you put it. Like if you go out and put it in your shed will burn down. If you put it in your house is going to burn down.
Wait, what is this?
Catch fire. It says this has been tested by regular, everyday people who have put things such as shingles or bricks and sheds, etc. into buildings always catch fire.
Wow. That's creepy.
Yeah.
I'm glad a long way off from that.
Yeah. Where did it say it was, Max?
Where was it?
Yeah. Caledonia Mills, Nova Scotia. Yeah.
Nova Scotia. Okay, we're good. Not anywhere near Chickasha, America, Oklahoma.
So if you had the opportunity to go there, would you take a piece home to see if it burned your house
no.
down?
Not if I knew any of that. Hell no. Nothing. Nada.
So they goes that say can ghosts actually catch stuff on fire? This story says it possibly could happen.
Well,
even wet towels would catch fire. Like that's kind of weird.
I just don't want to like, find out. There you go. Yeah. While I'm sleeping.
And it would braid horses' tails. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. We have a lot of horses in Oklahoma. I guess we could probably investigate that and see if it comes down here and we could figure that out or not, but in the meantime, I don't want my house on fire.
What would you do if you woke up your hair was braided?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, light our pants on fire. I'm going to find out who's a liar. If your pants are not. Okay, Kimosabe, lead us.
Well, let me see. The only other thing
people are sharing your posts, so just keep on sharing. like and love the video. Share it to your timeline. We greatly appreciate it.
Ask questions.
And ask questions. That is the most important. Yeah.
Here's this other one. Dead People's Things is a store that specializes in treasures from the dead. Well, deceased, but
creepy.
It's, in the town of Millersville, Tennessee, and it's called I don't know. Whatever it's called.
The name of the store
what makes
is
it different? What makes it different than any other antique store or secondhand thrift shop? Because most of those are probably dead people's things too that came from estates.